Hi students, I'm Atul Thorat from Suman Ramesh Tulsiani International School Khamshet, and I'm going to teach Science and Technology for 9th standard in the upcoming academic year 2020-2021. In this textbook, there are 18 chapters of science. So today I'm going to start the first chapter, Laws of Motion. And in this first chapter, we are basically study about the motion, distance and displacement, acceleration, Newton's laws of motion and related equation. So let's start the first topic, motion of an object. What is meant by motion? Motion means the action or process of moving or being moved. Motion means the action or process of moving or being moved. Can you tell in which of the following examples can you sense the motion? So here they are given 4 examples, and out of these 4 examples, which examples you sense the motion? Second question, how will you explain presence and absence of motion? And how will you explain the presence and absence of motion? So the answer is, in example first and third, we can see the motion or we can sense the motion. First example is the flight of a bird, and second example is leaves flying through air. Only these 2 examples we can sense the motion. Why? Because if the body changes its position with respect to its surrounding, then we can say that it is in the motion. So here the flight of a bird means bird is changing its position. Then leaves flying through air, here also position is changed. That's why example first and third we can sense the motion. Second and fourth example, we cannot sense the motion. Why we cannot sense the motion? Because second example is a stationary train. Stationary means not moving, so there is no motion. Fourth one is a stone lying on a hill. A stone lying on a hill, here also there is no motion. So only first and third example we can sense the motion, because if the body changes its position with respect to its surrounding, then we can say it is in the motion. We see the motion of several objects every day, and we can see the motion of several objects in your day-to-day life. Sometimes we cannot see the motion of an object directly, as in the case of breeze. So sometimes we cannot see the motion of object directly. For example, breeze. Breeze means a light wind. Can you list other examples of motion beside those given here? So student, you list the other examples of motion beside those given here. Okay, the other examples of motion is moving car, walking people, rotating fan, moving ball, moving bus, etc. These all are the examples of motion. Next one is think about it. First one, you are traveling in a bus. Is the person sitting next to you in motion? So answer is no. The person sitting next to you in a motion, it is not in the motion. The person sitting in the bus is at rest. Rest means not in motion. What do you take into consideration to decide if an object is moving or not? So if the position of an object is changing with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be a motion. So if I am the observer and is in the motion for an observer outside the bus, the observer is considered to decide if an object is moving or not. You have learned that motion is a relative concept. So motion is a very relative concept. If the position of an object is changing with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in a motion. So we already discussed about the motion. If the position of an object changing with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in a motion. Otherwise, it is said to be at a rest. Rest means not moving or not in motion. Next and very important topic, displacement and distance. Keep in mind student, displacement and distance are two different quantities. Let's try this. Measure the distance between points A and B in different ways as shown in figure 1.1a. So here figure 1.a, and we have to measure the distance between A and B in the different ways. So here there are three different ways to measure the distance between A and B. This is the first way to reach from A to B. This is the second way to reach the A to B, and this is the third way. This dotted line is the third way to reach the A to B. Second one, now measure the distance along the dotted line. Which distance is correct according to you? So now measure the distance along this dotted line, and which distance is corrected according to you. So this dotted line shows the shortest way of reaching from A to B. Compared to this two path or this two way, this dotted line is the shortest way of reaching from A to B. So here we are clearly understood the difference between the displacement and distance. Displacement is the minimum distance. Here this dotted line is the minimum distance from A to B. So displacement is the minimum distance between the starting point and the finishing point. And distance is the length of the actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. So this one is the distance. This is also distance. But this dotted line is the displacement. Displacement is the minimum distance between the starting point and the finishing point. And distance is the length of the actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. Next one is, think about it. Sheetal first went to her friend Sangeeta's house on her way to school. See figure 1.1b. So figure 1.1b, Sheetal first went to her friend Sangeeta's house on her way to school. B1, Prashant went straight from home to school. Both are walking with the same speed. Who will take less time to reach the school and why? So Sheetal first went her friend Sangeeta's house, means Sheetal covered path A distance, that is the 500 meter, and then covered path B distance, that is the 1200 meter, means 1200 plus 500 is equal to 1700 meter, means total distance covered by Sheetal is 1700 meter. Prashant went straight from home to school. Prashant went straight from home to school and the distance is 1300 meter. So here we are clearly understood Prashant will take the less time as the path followed by him is the shortest. So Prashant will take the less time as the path followed by him is the shortest, because first Sheetal covered this 500 and this 1200, means total covered distance is 1700 meter, but Prashant only covered 1300 meter, means the Prashant will take less time as the path followed by him is the shortest. In the above example, there is a difference between the actual distance and the distance travel? Yes, there is a difference between the actual distance and the distance travel. The actual distance is 1300 meter and the distance travel is this 500 meter and 1200, means Sheetal covered this distance 500 plus 1200 means 1700 meter, means the actual distance is 1300 meter and the distance travel is 1700 meter. So what is it? So here we are again clearly understood the difference between the displacement and distance. This is the shortest distance from Prashant house to school, that is 1300 meter. It is a displacement, and 500 plus 1200 is equal to 1700 meter. It is the total distance. So displacement is the minimum distance between the starting point and finishing point, and distance is the length of the actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. So hope students you can understood the difference between the displacement and distance. So we are already discussed about the distance and displacement. Distance is the length of the actual path traveled by an object in motion while going from one point to another. Whereas displacement is the minimum distance between the starting and finishing points. Next one is use your brain power. First one, every morning Swarali walks round the edge of a circular field having a radius of 100 meter. As shown in figure 1.2a, if she starts from the point A and takes one round, how much distance has she walked and what is her displacement? So every morning Swarali walks around the edge of a circular field having a radius 100 meter. As shown in figure 1.2a. If she starts from point A and takes one round, how much distance has she walked and what is her displacement? So here we can find out the distance and displacement. So here radius is 100 meter. Distance covered means it is a circular, means circumference of the circle. And the circumference of the circle, formula of the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So 2 as it is, the value of pi is 3.14 and radius is 100 meter. So 2 into 3.14, 6.28 into 100. So distance covered by Swarali is 628 meter. Here displacement is 0 meter. Why displacement is 0 meter? Because here the initial and final position is same. Means Swarali start walking from point A and again stop at point A. That's why displacement is 0 meter, because shortest distance between the initial and final position is 0. That's why displacement is 0. So Swarali 628 meter distance are covered and displacement is 0 meter. Why displacement is 0? Because Swarali start walk from point A and again stops at point A. Means the initial and final position is same. So therefore the shortest distance between initial and final position is 0. That's why displacement is 0 meter. Second one, if a car starting from point P goes to point Q, see figure 1.2b, and then returns to P, how much distance it traveled and what is its displacement? So here also we can calculate the distance and displacement. If a car starting from point P goes to point Q and then returns to point P, means PQ, that is 360 meter, again from QP 360 plus 360, 720 meter. So the car covered distance is 720 meter. Here displacement is also 0 meter. Why 0 meter? Because here initial and final position is 0. Initial and final position is same. Point P is the initial point and the final position is also point P. That's why the displacement is 0 meter, because the shortest distance between the initial and final position is 0. So hope students you can understood these two examples. Even if the displacement of an object is 0, the actual distance traversed by it may not be 0. So we are clearly understood by these two examples. Here in these two examples the displacement is 0, but the actual distance traveled it may not be 0. Next topic is speed and velocity. Okay, in the last year or in the 8th standard or 7th standard you are studied about the speed and velocity. Next one is, can you recall? First one is, what are vectors and what are scalars? So you are studied in the 7th standard what is meant by vector quantity and what is meant by scalar quantity. But once again I am going to explain what is meant by vector and what is meant by scalar. Vector means the quantity is completely expressed only when a magnitude and direction are both given, is called as a vector quantity. For example, displacement and velocity. Displacement and velocity are the vector quantity, because in the displacement and velocity the magnitude means mass and the direction are also given. So vectors means the quantity that is completely expressed only when a magnitude and direction are both given is called as a vector quantity. Next one is scalar. So scalar is exactly opposite, a quantity that can be completely expressed by its magnitude only. In the vector they can given magnitude as well as direction, but in scalar the quantity that can be completely expressed by magnitude means mass alone is called as a scalar. Hope student you can understood the difference between the vectors and scalar. Second one, which of the quantities distance, speed, velocity, time and displacement are scalars and vectors? So we can classify these quantities along with the scalars and vector. So distance, speed and time are scalar quantity, because distance, speed and time are the scalar quantity because there are only magnitude are given, not direction. In the distance, speed and time, direction is not given, only magnitude is given. That's why distance, speed and time is the scalar quantity. Velocity and displacement is the vector quantity. Velocity and displacement are the vector quantity because here magnitude and direction are both given. That's why velocity and displacement are the vector quantity. Next topic is speed. So the definition of speed is the distance traversed by an object in unit time is called the speed. The formula of speed is total distance traveled divided by time, or simply distance upon time. This is the formula of speed. Next one, the distance traveled in one direction by an object in unit time is called its velocity. So we are already discussed here, velocity is vector quantity because velocity, the distance traveled in one direction, here direction is also given and the magnitude is also given. So velocity is the vector quantity. The distance traveled in one direction by an object in unit time is called its velocity. Here unit time can be 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, etc. So here unit time can be 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, etc. If large units are used, 1 year can also be used as a unit of time. The displacement that occurs in unit time is called velocity. So the displacement that occurs in a unit time is called as a velocity. So what is the formula of velocity? Velocity is equal to displacement upon time, and the formula of speed is equal to distance upon time, or total distance traveled divided by time required. Next one is, always remember the units of speed and velocity are the same. Means the speed and velocity we can measure in the same unit. In the SI system, a full form of SI is System International System. The unit is meter per second. So the unit of speed and velocity in SI system is meter per second. While in CGS system, the full form of CGS is centimeter gram second system. It is centimeter per second. So the unit of speed and velocity in CGS system is centimeter per second. Speed is related to distance. Speed is related to distance, while velocity is related to displacement. Keep in mind student, it is very important. Speed is related to distance and while the velocity is related to displacement. If the motion is along a straight line, if suppose a motion along a straight line, the values of a speed and velocity are same. If the motion along a straight line, suppose the motion along a straight line, the velocity, motion along the straight line, the values of speed and velocity are the same. Otherwise they can be different. Velocity is the displacement that occurs in unit time. So the velocity is the displacement that occurs in unit time. Next one is, in the first example on page number 1, that is the Sheetal and Prashant's example. In the first example on page 1, The straight line distance between the house of Sheetal and Sangeeta is 500 meter. Here, the distance between the Sheetal and Sangeeta's house is 500 meter. And that between Sangeeta's house and school is 1200 meter. And the distance between the Sangeeta's house and the school is 1200, that is 1200 meter. Also, the straight line distance between the Sheetal house and school is 1300 meter. And also the straight line distance between the Sheetal house and the school is 1300 meter. Suppose Sheetal takes 5 minutes to reach Sangeeta's house and then 24 minutes to reach the school from there. Then Sheetal speeds along the path A. So first we calculate Sheetal's speed along the path A. Here we can calculate the speed. So formula of speed is distance upon time. Distance is 500 meter. Time is 5 minutes. Means speed is 100 meter per minute. So speed is 100 meter per minute. Then second, Sheetal speeds along path B. Then we have to calculate Sheetal speeds along the path B. So here also we are using the formula distance upon time. So distance is 1200 meter and time is 24 minutes. So if we divide 1200 divided by 24, answer is 50 meter per minute. So this is the Sheetal speed along the path A, that is the 100 meter per minute, and Sheetal speed along the path B, 50 meter per minute. Now we have to calculate the average speed. So Sheetal's average speed is equal to total distance. Total distance is 1200 plus 500 meter, that is the 700 meter, and total time 24 plus 5, 29 minute. If we divide 1700 divided by 29, so Sheetal average speed is 58.6 meter per minute. And then we have to calculate the Sheetal's velocity. The formula of velocity is displacement upon time. So displacement is here. Displacement means a shorter distance, or the displacement is the minimum distance between the starting and the finishing points. So Sheetal's velocity is displacement upon time. So displacement is 1300 meter divided by 29 minute. So Sheetal's velocity is 44.83 meter per minute. Next topic is effect of speed and direction on velocity. So in this topic we are basically study about what are the effects of speed and direction on velocity. We already study about the velocity. Velocity is the distance traveled in one direction by an object in unit time is called as a velocity. Sachin is travelling on a motorbike. Explain what will happen in the following events during Sachin's ride. So Sachin is travelling on a motorbike. Explain what will happen in the following events. They are given these three events. What will happen in the following event during Sachin's ride? First one, what will be the effect on the velocity of the motorcycle if its speed increases or decreases but its direction remains unchanged? We already studied velocity is the distance traveled in one direction. Velocity is the distance traveled in one direction by an object in unit time is called velocity. Here direction remains unchanged. If the direction remains unchanged, the velocity does not change. If the direction remains unchanged, the velocity does not change. But the speed of the motorcycle is increase or decrease. If the speed of the motorcycle is increase, the velocity is also increase. If the speed of the motorcycle is decrease, then the velocity is also decrease. So what will we understand in the first event? Changing the speed while keeping the direction same. Changing the speed while keeping the direction same. Second one, in case of a turning on the road, will the velocity and speed be same? So here, in case of the turning on the road, the velocity is also changed because velocity is the distance travel in one direction. Here direction is also change, so velocity is also change. And speed be same. If suppose we are going on this straight road, the speed is same, but while we are taking the turn on this road, the speed is also change. Means in case of turning on the road, the velocity and speed is change, because here direction is change, so velocity is change. We are not going to take the turn on the same speed, so here speed is also change. Next one, if Sachin changes the direction of the motorcycle, keeping its speed constant, what will be the effect on the velocity? So next one, if Sachin changes the direction of the motorcycle, velocity is of course change. Keeping its speed constant, what will be the effect on the velocity? So here direction is change, so velocity is also change. So what will we understand on the second event? Changing the direction while keeping the speed same. Changing the direction while keeping the speed same. Third one, if on a turning Sachin changes the direction as well as the speed of the motorcycle, what will be the effects on its velocity? So if on turning Sachin changes the direction as well as the speed of the motorcycle, what will be the effects on its velocity? If Sachin changes the direction, we already discussed, if the direction is changed, means the velocity is also change. So here direction as well as the speed of the motorcycle change, what will be the effect on its velocity? So velocity is also change. So what will we understand on this third event? Changing the speed as well as the direction. So it is clear from the above that velocity depends on speed as well as direction. So it is clear that from these three events, velocity is always depends on the speed and direction, and that velocity changes by this one. So this is the effects of speed and direction on velocity. Next topic is, always remember, the first scientist to measure the speed as the distance upon time was Galileo. So the first scientist to measure the speed as the distance upon time was Galileo. The speed of sound in dry air is 343.2 meter per second, while the speed of the light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So speed of light is constant, the value is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. The speed of revolution of the earth around the sun is about 29,770 meter per second, and the speed of revolution of the earth around the sun is about 29,770 meter per second. So this is the first video of chapter number 1, laws of motion. So in this first video, we are basically study about the motion. We have studied about the different examples of motion. Then we have studied about the displacement and distance. Next we have studied about the speed and velocity. And the last topic is effect of the speed and direction of velocity. Direction on velocity. If you have any doubts, students, you can ask me anytime. Thank you.